Hi, everybody, and welcome to the Eddie Sutton Show. I'm Robbie Robertson, along with Oklahoma State head basketball coach Eddie Sutton. The Cowboys were home twice this past week and posted impressive victories over Oklahoma and Missouri, and we want to congratulate not only the team, but you spectators. You were outstanding this past week, and Coach, I have never heard Gallagher-Iba Arena so loud. That must have been a lot of fun for you and your team.
The crowd certainly played the part of the sixth man. We've talked about this from time to time, but that's what makes it tough for the visitors to come into an arena and play well. Certainly your team has to do a good job and execute at both ends of the floor. But Wednesday night, when the University of Oklahoma came in here and we defeated them 77-74, there's no doubt in my mind, without their help, that might not have happened. And then again, Saturday afternoon, we defeated Missouri 71-56, and again the crowd was they get an A+ as far as I'm concerned.
Tell you, it was outstanding. I guarantee you. We'll have highlights of wins over Missouri and Oklahoma coming up next. You stay with us as the Eddie Sutton Show continues. Bedlam basketball is always a tough physical game. There was a great deal of intensity throughout this ball game this past week. Oklahoma State won it 77-74. Pretty tough physical game, wasn't it, Coach?
Well, it will always be a tough game, and we pick up the action here in the first half. And of course, Oklahoma's a team that has played very well during the 80s and that probably lost more games this year than they lost for a long while. Sean Sutton took a shot deep in the corner. Johnny Pittman got a putback, and Johnny had an outstanding year. We'll talk more about that later. Missed shot by Oklahoma, and we're on the run. Darwyn Alexander had another good week, played well in both games, and there he knocks down a three-pointer.
Crowd really into the ball game, and nip and tuck pretty much throughout the first half.
Had Oklahoma played as hard as they did in this game and some of those previous games they lost, I don't believe they would have been on the short end of the score, because their team certainly played with a lot of intensity. Nice feed. Corey Williams hit the basket. Pass in to Byron Houston. He puts it home. We held the Sooners to 41% shooting, and defense again was the big key. Nice touch pass from Byron off to Johnny Pittman, and he flushes it home.
Take another look at this. From the inbounds pass.
They were pressing, and we had a run out there. Anytime they overplay you, you've got to make sure that the other team at least respects the fact that you will throw the ball long. Nice play by Cornell Hatcher, penetrated, kicked the ball back out to Sean, and he had a three-pointer.
Corey Williams brings it up court, takes it all the way to the hole.
He splits the two defenders, which is what you should do, and Corey played well in this game. He had 11 points. He joined three other teammates by hitting in double figures. Nice play by Byron Houston. John Potter had 12, broke out of his slump. Johnny Pittman had 10, and Byron Houston led the ball club with 20 points and 18 rebounds.
Nice to see John Potter hit a tray right here. Got that Burr haircut.
That's the look he told me he had at Connor State, and I said, if you play like that, we're going to get you a haircut every week, because
right.
he played the best he's played for quite some time. Good putback by Byron Houston on the missed shot. That shot was taken from way out, very deep. One of Byron's rebounds that he picked up in this game.
Oh my!
Very, very nice pass from Darwyn Alexander to Matthias Sahlstrom.
Take another look at this. No look, just throw it right straight home.
Nice follow through on his shot. Matthias got fouled on that play and hit the free throw.
Up by 2 at halftime. Now we're in the second half. Get that ball to Byron. I don't think one guy can cover him.
If you isolate him down low, he's very difficult to cover. He's one of the best players in college basketball. Another example of when the defense overplays you to run out on them. Byron missed the first attempt, but he stayed with it and got the field goal.
He grabs another rebound and starts a pretty good-looking fast break here.
Nice pass by Sean into Johnny Pittman. He came in as a trailer on the fast break, but very good ball movement, very good passing in this game. That's one thing that I believe our team has really improved on since October 15th, is our ability to pass the basketball.
Houston with another rebound.
Corey's got a breakaway, but they call a foul back at the mid-court area. The one area in the game that we did not do a good job was free throw shooting. This is the last shot of the game by Brent Price with a chance to tie it. He misses. John Potter rebounds the ball. I mentioned defense being a major key in this victory. The other key being rebounding. We beat them 50-31. Proud of the effort and enjoy it tonight, because anytime you beat the University of Oklahoma, it's always very special as far as our fans are concerned. And the longer you are here and as you go away from this university, it'll mean that you'll understand it even more. Great work. Great work.
You know, Coach, I thought it was interesting that in the locker room after the ball game, I mean, there was celebration. It's always good to win a basketball game, but it was nothing like you had just won an NCAA championship or anything, and I thought that was kind of remarkable under the circumstances.
Well, beating the University of Oklahoma is special, as I told the squad, but this ball club is pretty much focused in on playing each game and trying to continue to improve, get better, try to catch the University of Kansas. You'll see a lot of celebrating if we win these next 4 ball games,
right,
and we're able to catch the Jayhawks. So it was a good week by beating Oklahoma and Missouri. I don't believe that's been done for a long while, and those two teams have been two of the strong ball clubs during the 80s that have pretty much dominated the Big 8 conference along with Kansas. Had another big thing happen this week. Bill and Cindy Self,
right,
my outstanding assistant coach, after the game on Saturday afternoon, late that night, early Sunday morning, Cindy delivered their first child, Lauren Elizabeth, a beautiful young lady, and we're just very pleased and very proud, and I wanted all of our fans to know about that.
Congratulations. Her timing was just great. Wait till the games are over and then have a baby. That's wonderful. And on this past Saturday, Doug Smith and the Missouri Tigers came to Stillwater, and Oklahoma State threw a great defensive effort at them, the lowest point total for Missouri in about 4 years. Had some special guests there in the arena.
You saw Mr. Ivan Doyle Perrick first of all, and then you saw Harley Dykes and Thurman Thomas, two of the great players ever to play here. Good drive by Corey Williams off to Darwyn Alexander for an easy basket. In the first half, I thought we were going to break this game open, but we never could get away from the Tigers, and we got to the dressing room with a 1-point lead, but we did have as much as a 9-point lead in the first 20-minute period.
Seemed like Darwyn was going to get his shot in this ball game. They were kind of leaving him unattended.
Anytime you have someone who has the hot hand like Darwyn, we tell our players, let's go find his man, let's go screen, let's get him open, and our players did that. That's what defense will do.
Right.
When you put that pressure on people, they're going to turn it over, and the defense forced Missouri to make a mistake, and Corey went down and laid it up. Here's defense again. This was a stretch where we outscored them 10-0. Good 2-on-1 break by Hatcher and Williams, and Doug Smith, their outstanding player, had to come in and try to block the shot, but goaltending was called.
Held Smith scoreless until about 5 minutes left in the half, and Anthony Peeler putting the shot up there, only had 2 points in the first half. Those are two outstanding defensive efforts.
In the first outing, I believe that, a great pass by Sean off to Johnny Pittman. Johnny is running the floor better than he's ever run. He's in better condition than he's ever been in his life. Here's another look at that play.
More defense, good play by Darwyn off to Byron for the high percentage shot. Pretty loud in there right now.
It was very loud Saturday afternoon, but it wasn't anything like it was Wednesday night when the Sooners came to town.
Darwyn gets the bucket right before halftime. Now we go into the second half.
Darwyn had 17 points along with Byron, and Johnny Pittman had 13. But Johnny Pittman, in the 2 games this week, played the best that I've ever seen him play. Hope he can continue to do that. He's been playing well defensively, but in these 2 games, he did a great job at the offensive end.
Starting to pull away in the second half. Cowboys remain unbeaten at home this year.
There's John Potter breaking off of a good screen and hitting a 3-pointer, and this came in the second half when we needed some scoring. And this is when we broke the ball game. I thought the game was going to end up a 20-point game. It ended up a 15, and you got to be happy with that. Nice pass on a fast break by Corey, and again an example of Johnny running the floor. He is by far the favorite of all of our fans. I mean, I think they recognize that he has worked hard to improve himself. Good defensive block by Pittman, great hustle play by Byron, and there comes Corey Williams again splitting the 2 defenders and laying it up.
Well, Pittman plays with a great deal of intensity and enthusiasm.
What's this play? Cornell makes a mistake, turns it over, comes right back with his great defensive instincts, intercepts it from Doug Smith, and hits a backhand layup.
He's everywhere. Cornell Hatcher has really been a factor.
He has made remarkable progress here in the last 3 weeks, and his playing time just keeps increasing. Good rebound by Byron off to Sean. Lead pass to Sahlstrom. Easy basket. We held Missouri to 39% field goal shooting. This is the last play. Great hustle play. I thought Mike Philpott was going to get him a basket. He normally does.
In and out.
The ball goes in and out. And we win the ball game 71-56.
And another outstanding effort in the defense, coach, in the Missouri game was really obvious. Missouri having trouble with the pressure, and you were able to score off of it and force them into some turnovers.
Somebody asked me this week, what do you think that you've done the best job as far as the ball club? And I said, well, first of all, they've been great students. They've listened to the coaches. And the second thing, they have worked hard. And when you work hard, good things are going to happen to you. But when you really get specific, the 2 areas that we've improved in, first of all, at the defensive end, just straight defense. Our defense at times has been scary. If I were playing on the other team, I'm not sure I'd want to go out there and face Darwyn or Corey or some of the other guys, or Cornell, some of our better defenders. And defensive board play has gotten a lot better. Early in the year, we were getting beat soundly at times on the boards. That's not happening now. And at the other end of the floor, we're much more disciplined. Our shot selection's better. We're shooting 51% for the season at the offensive end. Our opponents are hitting 41%. When you have that combination and you have players that are going out there and they understand that basketball is a team game, you're going to win a lot of contests.
All right, well, let's take a look and see what happened this past Saturday in the Big 8 race. Kansas at home just got by Kansas State 69-67. Colorado breaks their horrendous Big 8 Conference road losing streak by winning at Iowa State, and Nebraska at home beat Oklahoma 105-93. So here's the way the Big 8 race looks. Kansas still on top at 8-2. They are 19-4 overall. Then Oklahoma State and Nebraska are tied for second. Missouri is in fourth place at 5-5. Colorado and Oklahoma are tied for fifth. Iowa State is in seventh place, and Kansas State is in eighth place. So you certainly kept right on pace with Kansas this week, Coach, and you're still right in the hunt, and you're winning everything at home, and you've said all along that's what you have to do, win all the home games.
You have to win at home, and we won our 13th straight game by beating Missouri. We won 37 out of the last 41 in Gallagher-Iba Arena. One of those games in that victory streak came from the last game last year. But we are quickly developing a great pride in winning at home. I told our team that we cannot do anything about what Kansas is doing. We thought we'd get some help from the Wildcats Saturday. It almost happened. Mm-hmm. Maybe it'll happen this Wednesday out in Boulder when they go to Colorado. But we can take care of our own business, and that's what we're trying to do. As long as we keep winning, we've got a chance to catch them.
Okay, Cowboys will play at Kansas State, and then it will be home against Colorado. We'll talk about those games in just a few minutes here on the show. Coming up, a visit with one of the seniors on the Oklahoma State basketball team. You stay with us as the Eddie Sutton Show continues. Instrumental in the 2 Cowboy wins this past week was John Potter. He had 12 points and 6 rebounds in the Oklahoma game, had 6 points in the Missouri game, all of them coming on 2 crucial 3-point baskets. John Potter's been playing basketball for a long time, and as we learn in our feature report this week, there is always something to learn about the game of basketball. Senior John Potter is completing his career at Oklahoma State and has probably had to make more adjustments than anybody on the squad. As an all-state high school player from Durant and as an all-conference junior college player at Connors State, Potter built his reputation as an offensive player. When Coach Sutton arrived, Potter could no longer survive with a one-dimensional game. He had to learn to play defense and decided he would be a willing student.
You know, he's really been on me hard about it, and you know, at times it's frustrating to me because, you know, like he told me, you know, it's not that I don't have the ability to do it. You know, it's just I really don't know how because, you know, I've never been taught that, and you know, it's really frustrating to me at times. But you know, I feel personally that myself, you know, I've come a long way with it, and I still have a long way to go, I think. But you know, I feel I'm getting better at it.
In the past, at times, Potter has played out of control. Some observers said he would never make it under Coach Sutton's system, but Potter knew he would make it because he had confidence in his game and has been adjusting his entire career.
You know, I don't know if it really mattered a lot, but throughout my whole basketball career, I've never had the same coach 2 years in a row. I mean, dating all the way back to the very first year I played basketball in the 4th grade or whenever it was, you know, never have I had the same coach 2 years in a row, you know. So I guess you could say, you know, I've been pretty versatile as far as seeing different looks and stuff like that. After this year, after working with him and and seeing, you know, how different of a game it makes my game, you know, to add defense in with the other parts of my game, you know, how much more of a player and how much more opportunities it really opens up for me, you know, as far as a player on and off the court. You know, it just helps me as a person, I feel, discipline-wise.
How difficult was it to get John Potter to want to learn how to play defense?
He has tested our patience at times. When I say us, I'm talking about our coaching staff. But I like John Potter, and he has made a lot of progress on and off the floor. He is a senior. He and Johnny Pittman, this is their basketball team. That's what I tell our ball players all the time. You other guys will be back. These 2 guys won't be, and we want to win for their sake because they won't have a chance next year to win a Big 8 title or to go on to better things. But John Potter, if I could have had him for 2 or 3 years, I really believe he would be a great basketball player. God gave him a lot of talent. He's always played offense, and it is very, very difficult for anyone to have a different coach every year. I don't have any magic wands, but I do know this, that John Potter has been willing to listen to our coaching staff. He better understands what the word defense means, but he understands even more so what the word discipline means. And he's carried that message not only on the floor, but to the classroom and to some of his everyday activities, and he has matured.
All right. The Cowboys will be on the road against Kansas State, home against Colorado. We'll talk about those games, and Coach will answer the question of the week as the Eddie Sutton Show returns right after this. If you've got a question you'd like to ask Coach Sutton, we make it real easy for you. All you have to do is send a postcard, Ask Coach Sutton, 101 Gallagher-Iba Arena, Oklahoma State, Stillwater, 74078. And our question this week, Coach, comes from Carl Campbell of Stroud. I'd like for you to talk a little bit about your bench strength and maybe a substitution pattern.
Well, I'm not going to get into individuals that are coming off the bench, but I will say this. Our bench strength has improved from the beginning of the year. Any good basketball team or any good team in any sport has to have some help coming off of the wood or off of the bench, and that's one thing that's allowed us to win a lot of ball games. Plus, when you have that competition in practice, that makes the first teamers get better. As far as substitutions, we'll substitute when someone's in foul trouble, which is very evident, when someone is fatigued, when we need a little more offensive punch. We may put someone in for offensive reasons or for defensive reasons. Sometimes someone will put a team on the floor that maybe has more quickness, and we have to make a substitute for that reason. So there are a lot of things that go in to why you substitute and when you substitute. We play K-State this week in a game that I really believe will be as tough as any game we have left. They've only won 2 conference games, but they beat the Sooners by 25. They displayed what they can do last Saturday by almost upsetting Kansas in Allen Fieldhouse. They lost by 2. Good quickness, good guards. We'll have to play very well defensively, and then of course we play Colorado Sunday afternoon at 1 o'clock.
Okay, at Gallagher-Iba Arena. And we want to congratulate the Oklahoma State Cowgirls, head coach Dick Halterman and assistant Jack Easley for winning their first ever Big 8 Conference regular season championship. The Cowgirls are 10-2 in conference play. We're out of time. For Coach Sutton and Oklahoma State University, I'm Robbie Robertson. Goodbye, everybody.